So for this entire season of Married at First Sight, I have been thinking, how do they choose these people? On the second part of the reunion, they actually told us. That's what I want to talk about today. Hey, welcome back to my channel. My name is Debbie. I am the She in Sheality TV, and today I want to talk about the Married at First Sight Atlanta reunion part 2. So, at the tail end of part 1, Chris left, he threw another tantrum and blah blah, he walked off. At the beginning of part 2, we're kind of dealing with the tail end of that, right? And so he comes and he sits down and he apologizes to Paige and he apologizes to Kevin Frazier and he complains about how he doesn't want to see Pastor Dwight again, blah, 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 whatever. And then they have a brief conversation and he says, I have some things to work on and, whatever. Gets up and he hugs Paige and he whispers something into her ear and she says, we're fine. And I'm thinking, okay, whatever. Anyways, so Kevin spends the rest of the very first part of the show talking to Paige, okay? And Paige, one of the things that she says is that she knows that people think that she's this weak and desperate woman. She says, but I'm not weak and I'm not desperate. And to which I feel like she looks weak and desperate for putting up with Chris's nonsense, but I've heard somewhere in the wind that these people make between $20,000 and $30,000 to finish this 8-week experiment, right? And I can't see that Lifetime's contract will be anything short of bulletproof when it comes to making sure that these people that they're going to pay this money to live out that 8 weeks. So Paige looking desperate and weak probably has more to do with making sure that she gets that money that she's going through all this torture for than putting up with Chris and his nonsense. That's just a theory. Anyways, she does say that she was not aware of what she calls these sidebar conversations that Chris had with Pastor Cal, the one where they showed her the last time about Chris telling Pastor Cal that he wasn't attracted to her face. And on the first day, the day they got married, he told her bridesmaids, her friends, that she wasn't a trophy wife and she wasn't the woman that he wanted, although she's probably the woman that he needs. Whatever. He's just a raging narcissist. But anyhow, so she said she wasn't aware of any of those conversations. She's aware now, but like she said, she's in therapy and she's working through some stuff and whatever, which is great. At the end of the episode, when Kevin is interviewing the experts, he asks them, what is your biggest regret? And they almost jump up, and hands down, they agree 100% their biggest regret is casting Chris on this show, because Dr. Viv says this is not the guy that we interviewed. She said that the guy that they interviewed was, happy, he was laid back, he was amiable, he was a likable guy. She goes, this guy is not the guy that we interviewed. And if they had known that the Chris that we all saw was the Chris that they were getting, they wouldn't have put him on the show. To which I feel like anybody can keep up the good behavior for an interview. I don't care if that interview was 3 months long. It's not 3 months 24/7. He could keep that up easily. So, and they even went as far as to say he fooled us. Wow. In addition, I feel like, okay, they stress that these people getting married is a legally binding contract, right? They're actually getting married. So don't you think they would have dug a little bit deeper? when they're pairing these people together, wouldn't you think they would go, okay, you know what? Yeah, so we interview the person, but maybe we should speak to his friends and family, or at the very least check his social media. Now, I don't know that they didn't do that, but they didn't say that they did. They didn't say, you know, that they dug any deeper than interviewing each participant. So I don't know. I feel like same goes for Haley. They said she fooled them too, because she told them that she was an affectionate person, and Dr. Pepper is like, no, she's cold, because she couldn't even hold hands with Jacob when they were playing one of those, you know, bonding games. And one of the piece of paper that Haley pulled was hold hands for the rest of this this assignment, and Haley cringed when she had to hold Jacob's hand, you know, and she said she was an affectionate person. But I mean, whether you're affectionate or not doesn't mean that you can be affectionate with someone that you're not attracted to. Let's move on to Haley and Jacob. Haley told the experts in her interview that she had been single for 7 years. I don't care who they paired her with, it wouldn't have worked. You can't be single for 7 years and then jump into a marriage and have it work. Like, single for 7 years, that's a long time. So on the one hand, I kind of feel sorry for Jake, but on the other hand, I feel sorry for Haley. There were times when Jake obsessed about whether or not Haley liked him.
You don't like me. I don't think you like me. Does she like me? I don't think she likes me. Why doesn't she like me? Why won't you talk to me? Why aren't you being honest with me? Why don't you like me? Why aren't you liking me? I don't think you like me.
Who wants to deal with that? Who would be attracted to that? For that whole, and that would be for almost the whole time, and he was kind of sullen with it. Who would be attracted to that? Who wants to be attracted to someone who seems obsessive and needy about the fact that someone might not like them, right? Even if she liked you, all of that would make her not like you. Nobody wants to deal with that. So I think that the fact that Haley wasn't all warm and fuzzy to Jake doesn't necessarily mean that she's cold, but yeah, I don't know. The experts seem to think that she's cold. But at one point in the show, Pastor Cal says, again, something that I think I mentioned in my last video, that it looks like they chose these people, or they paired these couples differently than they have in the past. These couples, they paired with a theme like opposites attract. These people are all opposites. Eric and Virginia, for sure, opposites. Clara and Ryan, opposites. Vincent and Brianna, opposites. And they chose these people based on a theme. 3 of them worked out, 2 of them did not. Not bad odds, I guess, but yeah, I don't know. I just feel like choosing people or matching people based on a theme, or choosing them based on pairing people who wouldn't ordinarily choose each other to be married. Yeah, I'm not with that. I'm not. That's all I've got for the Married at First Sight reunion part 2. I'm Debbie. This is Sheality TV. I will see you next time. Peace.